Andrew. I'm the last speaker, so I'm going to keep it very brief. Maybe we should have had enthusiastic Eamon speaking last as opposed to me, but I'll try and keep the momentum for everyone. I joined the education team this year, and prior to that I worked as a tax advisor in William Fry Tax Advisors, so I've got the experience from both sides. But Andrew's done a great job explaining about the career, so I'm not going to go into that in too much detail. As was indicated earlier, we offer two tax qualifications, one being our Associate of the Irish Taxation Institute, the ITI qualification, and our Technician qualification, which is our TMITI qualification. Given your background as accounting technicians and the fact that you will have come across tax either in your studies or your work, it's a natural progression for you now to get or gain a tax qualification. Be it to bolster your accounting technician qualification and to use it in that field, or to open up other opportunities for you now in the current climate. I suppose firstly in relation to the AITI qualification, I'm not going to go into too much detail about that. It's been around for 30 years. It's a very in-depth, comprehensive, no stone left unturned qualification. We keep reforming the course, and this year we're adding a huge practical element to our course through a professional skills workshop system. But I suppose just 2 points I want to make which are relevant for you as accounting technicians. Our entry requirements have changed, and they changed last year. In order to gain automatic access to the course, you have to have a level 8 qualification, which is the equivalent of an honours degree or something similar to that. However, we do have a recognition of prior learning entry system as well, whereby we recognise the fact that there are people out there who don't necessarily have a level 8 qualification but have significant experience in tax, and access can be gained through that route. Similarly, our exemptions are also only available for level 8 qualifications, but again, recognition for prior learning is available. And anyone who has any specific queries about that, I can talk to you about it, because it's decided on a case-by-case basis, particularly in relation to accounting technicians. I suppose, as I said, you've probably gotten a lot of experience in terms of tax. You've at least touched on it in your qualification to date, and the natural progression is now to gain a tax qualification. And our other tax qualification being our technician qualification, the entry requirement is only level 5, which is leaving cert. So why would you take on the technician qualification? Well, if you enjoy the tax aspects of your studies and your work so far, you're going to love this course. It really is. It's the recognition out there for this course and the enjoyment that people have when they're involved in it. I can't overstate it. It's being designed and reformed this year to take account of the necessity for tax compliance services out there to date. And Eamon alluded to it. You know, so many mistakes are made by people who are working in tax who don't understand the rules. And part of the redesign of the course this year was to bring the course focused onto the tax principles that you need to know. So what we've actually done is the law and accounting course is no longer part of the technician course and is now incorporated in 4 tax subjects. And the 4 tax subjects are income and payroll compliance. And we've actually upped the payroll side of things because, again, as Eamon pointed out, it's one, and I worked in practice, it's one of the biggest pitfalls that people fall into. It's the ignored tax, but the one that can cause the biggest problems for a firm. So we've upped that part of the course and included employment law issues as well. Our second course is the business taxes compliance course, and you do corporation tax. You learn how to do corporation tax returns, learn how to do corporation tax computations, and also the related legal issues being CRO filings and other company law requirements. I suppose the biggest departure on the technician course this year is our capital taxes programme. We now have a separate capital taxes subject whereby you cover CGT and now CAT also, and you touch on stamp duty. So you learn how to do computations, returns, you learn about all the reliefs and related legal issues in relation to capital taxes. And finally, again, we have our VAT course as well, which again is very practical. You go through how to do VAT returns, and also we're covering other indirect taxes such as excise duties and the non-principal private residence tax as well. As I said, the technician qualification has always been very highly regarded by both people who have done the course and by employers, and the reason being is because it's so practical and so useful for the workplace, and we're hoping that with the reform this year that will continue and even be more so the case. If anyone has any particular queries in relation to either the AITI or TMITI programme, I'm happy to answer them at the drinks reception and the food, which I can smell as I'm standing here, so I'll speed up. I'm happy to answer any questions, and particularly in relation to the recognised prior learning for ARTI. Thank you very much.